I'm like Kylie Jenner. Okay, so hi. I wanted to do video chats, but I guess it was delayed the last time I was doing my live stream. So is it still delayed? Am I still delayed? Am I still delayed? I'm very good at singing. I'm great at music. We love quality internet, right? Is my mouth moving with my lips? Is my mouth... Okay, my name is Chapel. What Up Queen says that there's no delay now. Hotel internet, gotta love it. I know, right? Except I'm not even on it. I'm just using my service. That's how much I love you guys. Thing you miss the most from living in Canada? I just miss shooting my show. Like, I really loved making my own television show. It was a total dream come true, highlight of my life. It was just so much fun, and Vancouver's gorgeous. Like, the food is amazing, the people are nice, there's beautiful hikes. It's just incredible. Like, I really love Vancouver so much. So, let's see. It's still kind of delayed. Oh my gosh. You are fine? I am fine. Hi, could you make another TV show? I'm working on it. I've had a couple offers. Not a couple offers. I've had people say, like, are you writing something? We'd love to work with you. So I'm working on writing something. Here's the deal. It's like last time, like, Haters Back Off, Christopher and I had been writing it for a bajillion years. Like, we had been writing that show probably like 8 years or 9 years, like a really long time. And now everyone's like, what are you writing now? What's going on? I'm like, last time I got 9 years to write it. Now I have like a few months. So we're working on stuff. We're actually working on a movie right now. We're just writing it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Everyone writes a movie. Everyone writes a TV show. Doesn't mean they ever get made. But we are writing a movie right now. And I play a totally different character in it. And I'm also working, I have a couple different TV show ideas too that I'm really excited about. One scares me a lot. I'm really nervous about it. If it ever happened, I would be like really nervous of what people would think. And the other one is just fun and silly. So we'll see what happens. Do something about you, not Miranda. I don't know that I'd ever do something completely just about me, but I'm not doing, the projects I'm working on are not Miranda. So, do you like life being Miranda or Colleen? Well, I'm both, so I like both, I guess. What's one thing you miss most from Haters Back Off? I miss all of it. It's hard to say. It's really, like, there's no way I can explain the experience to you guys. Like, it's really wonderful to have a dream and watch it come true. Like, it's really the most wonderful thing in the world, and I miss it so much. Like, to say, like, well, in this episode, we want to have a parade float that is just like, looks like Uncle Jim, and you enter and exit through the butt of Uncle Jim, and I want to sit on the top of it and be in a parade. Like, that's an absurd request. And then to get on set and see it is like the most magical feeling. And I went home most nights and cried because I just couldn't believe it. You should make the movie of how Miranda was created. Yeah, maybe someday. Broadway. I don't think I'm good enough to do Broadway. Can we have more Eric videos? Eric is wonderful. He's not a social media guy, so, you know, he wants to, you know, live his life and be in reality, and not that the internet's not reality, because it certainly is for me. But he's very shy and sweet and personal, and like that is something that's like, so it's not the easy. He loves you guys, and he loves the internet, and he's the most supportive in the entire world of everything that I do. But it's just, it makes him nervous, I guess. So sometimes he's really sweet, and he's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll be in your vlog or whatever. But it's like not his thing, you know. It's my thing. So. But anyway, he's the sweetest. I'll see if I can get him to be in more videos. Hey, Where My Bay's At was the first video I watched of you, and I was hooked. Thank you. How do you get the courage to sing in front of people? That's a hard question to answer. Just a lot of practice. You just have to do it. I will tell you that the majority of my career and prior to my career, I would get so nervous I would like almost throw up. I remember the first few times I went on stage as Miranda, I was in the wings, like gagging and dry heaving, like from nerves. I was so nervous. I think it's hard to say because I feel like if I had to get up and sing in front of a bunch of people that didn't know who I was, like an audition or just a group of people who didn't know what I did or who I was, I'd be really nervous. I don't know if I could do it. I think I feel comfortable being on stage singing in front of you guys because you guys feel like my friends and I feel comfortable in front of you guys. So I think that's why I'm not nervous anymore. So I don't know. You just have to, like, what's the point of life if you're not going to, try to go after the things that you love? So if you love to sing, you got to get over that fear so that you can do what you love to do. So I think I love singing and performing, so I love that more than I care about the feeling of being scared. That didn't make sense, but I think you know what I'm saying. Love you, Queen. Love you too. Any questions? I keep saying I'm going to go, and then I never do, but someone just said sexy. I'm the opposite of that right now. Is there going to be more Haters Back Off? No, Netflix did not pick up the show for a third season. My family was so annoyed because for a year of sixth grade I would talk like Miranda nonstop. That sounds incredible. What's your name? My name is Colleen Ballinger, and most people pronounce it Colleen Ballinger, but it's Colleen Ballinger. How do you like Kansas? I am in Kansas City right now. I like Kansas. My mom is from Kansas City, Kansas, so I have a lot of relatives out in Kansas, so I like it very much. Do you like snack packs? Don't know what that is. Bring Haters Back Off to HBO. It's not really how it works. I wish it was, but Netflix owns that show, so it can't go anywhere else. Who are you bringing to Connecticut with you in 2 weeks? Well, I'm going to Connecticut, New Haven, Connecticut, New York City, and Boston. And I am bringing my beautiful mother, who I adore, my amazing cousin and one of my best friends, Stephanie. She's amazing. Corey DeSoto, my bestest best friend. I'm pretty sure Christopher Robin, my tour manager, will be there. No, he won't. It's Charlene the Queen. It's a new one. Charlene the Queen, and you guys don't know who that is yet, but she's cool. And Eric Socklin. Target or Walmart? I like Target, but I love Walmart too. Are you bringing anyone on your bus tour? Yes, but I don't know who yet. So Corey for sure, Christopher Robin for sure, Jamocha Joe for sure. Those are my crew guys. And then probably one or two more people, but I don't know who yet. What was your first impression of Eric? That's from Ericano. My first impression of him was when he came in to audition for me. And so I saw him and I was like, he's great. He got the part. And then on set, we didn't talk too much season 1. So I just thought he was really talented and very professional and very nice. But we weren't that good of friends until season 2. But my first impression of him was just that he was super, super talented. And he's just very talented. Please say my name. Exovanch. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm so excited to meet Eric and Corey in Connecticut. Yay. South America tour. I would love that, Sebastian. I've never done one before. When did you start singing? My first performance singing something was when I was 5. But I started lessons when I was 10 or something like that. Haters Back Off should become a Broadway show, to be honest. That's a really funny idea. What new things did you add to your show? Well, this show that I'm doing today, yesterday, and tomorrow, there's not really anything too new I don't know when the last show you saw, Lacey, but the bus tour is going to be different. Corey and I had a meeting about it tonight, so we're trying to figure out all the cool things we want to have a set, which I've never really had before. It kind of freaks me out, but we're working on a lot of stuff. H. Spamsified said, a biggest fan ever. Wish I could have seen you in Toronto at the Behind the Scenes performance. Me too. Jenna said, I feel like you're not seeing my comments. I just did, Hanny. Do you think I should buy Miranda's new book? I'm thinking about buying Miranda's new book. Should I? Yes, please buy it. What do you love most about Miranda and why? Someone asked me this yesterday at the meet and greet. What I love most about Miranda, or what I love most about playing Miranda, is me as a human, as Colleen Ballinger. I am, I have confidence, but of course I'm human, so I get insecure. I worry what people think. I'm nervous what people think about me, and I'm careful with what I say, and I'm, want to look presentable. Miranda is such a fun character to play, and I wish every girl on this planet and boy, excuse me, I had to burp. I wish every person in the world had a character that they could play like Miranda, because it is so wonderful to be in character and have no embarrassment, 100% confidence, say what's on my mind, feel beautiful and amazing, and don't care what anybody thinks. And it's just the confidence I feel when I'm Miranda, I think, is the most exciting thing, because I don't feel like that in real life. So to feel like that when I'm in character, like, I'm not scared of what people think about me when I'm in character. I'm just Miranda. And I know that sounds really freaking corny, but that's why I love the character so much, to have no embarrassment. And I don't know, I really like it. I wish everyone could feel that way. And that's why it makes me so happy when I look out and see a bunch of people dressed like Miranda at my shows. I'm like, oh, I hope they feel amazing. I hope they feel proud and excited and confident and silly and weird and different and love it. Like, because that's what I love about Miranda. I can just be weird and be myself and add this like weird, bizarre character that's living in my brain, and just be confident, say what's on my mind, and make people laugh. And yeah, I really love it. I wish I was Miranda. My cousin can do the voice. A lot of people can. You guys, some of you are better at it than me. What was your favorite interview? What do you mean? Like, any interview I've ever had? I had an interview, whenever I have an interview with people, like Broadway people, and they ask about Broadway shows and we talk about Broadway stuff, I get really excited. So I like that a lot. Jimmy Fallon's the nicest guy in the entire universe, but I'm so nervous when I do those shows. Like, I'm going to throw up. So I don't even remember what I say when I'm there, because I'm just so nervous. But I don't know. You got in trouble for doing the Miranda voice at school. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Colleen, what? Why are you homeschooled growing up? I was only homeschooled for a few years. So I went to a lot of different public schools and a private school, and I was homeschooled because my brother, Trent, I have two older brothers. Trent was hard of hearing when we were little kids, and then he went completely deaf. And so it put him a little bit behind in school. And so my mom was constantly switching him in and out of different schools and different programs. And so we would go with him to different schools. And so I hopped around a lot. And then eventually my mom got to the point where she was like, I think I need to homeschool Trent for his best education, because she couldn't find a program that worked the best for my brother because of his issues. And so she asked all of her kids. She has 4 kids. Rachel's my little sister, and I have 2 older brothers, Trent and Christopher. She said, who wants to be homeschooled? I'm homeschooling Trent. And Christopher wanted to stay in high school, and Rachel and I were like, we want to be homeschooled. But my reasoning for wanting to be homeschooled, I don't know if any of you guys know this. Maybe I've told you, probably have at some point. But my reason for wanting to be homeschooled was because I got very homesick. When I was a kid, I could not have sleepovers at other people's houses. I could not spend the night anywhere except for my home. So I don't know if any of you have this issue, any of you younger people watching, but when I was young, like up until I was like 12, I could not sleep anywhere but my own bed. I would cry and cry and cry. I thought something would happen to my parents if I wasn't home. I'd just freak out. And I was going into 6th grade, and in 6th grade at my school, they took this huge field trip to Catalina Island, which is this island right off the coast of my hometown in Santa Barbara, and or the Santa Barbara Channel Islands. I don't know, but it was somewhere out there. And you had to sleep there for 2 nights. And I knew that if I went at that, I would just cry the whole time and everyone would make fun of me. So I knew if I went on that trip, I would get so homesick that I would cry and all the kids would laugh and make fun of me. So when my mom said, "Do you want to be homeschooled?" I was like, yes, a way out of going on that trip. So that is like the main reason why I chose to be homeschooled, was because I didn't want people to make fun of me for being homesick, which is funny because now I like travel all around the world and like I'm barely ever home. But when I was a little girl, I got really stressed out about it. Like I couldn't sleep anywhere else. I'm just like this. I'm 14. Yeah, it's like a real thing. Like I would have, and it was so embarrassing because like I would go to my friend's house. I'll never forget it. Like I'd go to my best friend's house to spend the night and we'd have a sleepover, and like it'd be time to go to bed and we'd get in bed and I would just start sobbing and just sob. And everyone would be like, what's wrong? I'd be like, I have to go home. And I'd like call my mom and she'd be like, you're okay, go to sleep. And I'd just be like, no, come get me. I'd just get so freaked out. And I don't know why, but I just would. And then eventually I just got over it. But I had a really bad problem with that up until I was like 12 or 13. So I don't know if anyone else is like that, but that was like a big issue for me. I feel like kids are more confident now than when I was a kid, but relatable, such as you look like that Miranda girl. Who's that? I do this on Tinder dates. Do you drown your French fries in ketchup like your sister does? I taught Rachel how to drench French fries in ketchup. I have to have 6,000 packets of ketchup. Are you excited for your Kansas City show? Yes, I am, and I should actually go to bed. What do you miss about being a teen? Nothing. Let me just tell you something. I can't wait to have kids for many reasons. I am so excited to be a mom. It's like I feel like what I'm meant to do. But one thing I'm like ready for, I feel, is being a mom to a teenager, because I think this is the biggest thing that this drives me insane. People are so disrespectful and rude to teenagers' feelings. I think teenagers have it the hardest. And I mean that genuinely. Even as a woman who, I have financial issues, I have a mortgage, I have taxes, I have drama, family drama, relationship drama. I have like the works of the works. I run a business. And I'm telling you that being a teenager is the hardest thing in the world, because you are going through puberty, so your emotions are just totally out of whack. You don't understand what's going on. You feel like you're trying to become an adult, but people are treating you like a child, or they tell you, and then when you try to act like an adult, people tell you, so okay, let me re-explain this. When you feel like, sorry, it's hard to explain it. You feel like you're an adult, you feel like you're becoming an adult, you're trying to be an adult, and people tell you, no, you're still a child. But then if you act like a child, people are like, come on, you're a teenager, grow up. So you're in this place where people either treat you like a baby or treat you like an adult, and you don't know what you are or where you are. Your emotions are all over the place. People are mean because in high school, everyone's going through all these emotions. They don't know how to deal with it. They aren't at a place where they've learned how to have social skills and learn how to talk to other people. So when people are mean, they are super mean. I was thrown in a trash can in high school. I was locked in the boys' bathroom. They turned off all the lights on me. I had boys calling me itty bitty titty committee leader. They made fun of my clothes. I ate behind a bush every day for lunch, like out in the front lawn. Like I literally hid behind a bush. Like I'm telling you, high school is the worst. Being a teenager is the worst. And it's because people don't respect your feelings. And I mean that. When you're an adult, it's like, oh, they're an adult. They're going through so much. When you're a baby, they're a baby. They don't understand the world. But when you're a teenager, for some reason, people discredit your feelings, discredit your mind, discredit who you are and who you're trying to become and who you're trying to, you're trying to find yourself, figure out yourself, and no one respects you. And it makes me so angry because teenagers are smart and wonderful, and I think it's the best time of life, and no one respects or admires that time. Everyone just like ridicules them, tells them they're babies, they're dumb, they don't know what they're talking about, you're just kids. Or if you act like a kid, why aren't you acting like an adult? You're 16 years old. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox, but like, I am passionate about teenagers, and I think it is the hardest time of your life, honey. And when people say, you think this is hard, wait till you get older and you have bills and ba si sa si sa si. That is not true, because I have bills, I have mortgage, I have really hard things in my life, but I can't even imagine going through what I'm going through now, but with the emotions I had running through my brain and my heart and my body as a teenager. It is such a confusing time, and nobody respects it. And I feel like parents, oftentimes, not all parents, but a lot of parents will laugh at their kids if they're emotional about something, or you're just a kid, you don't know what you're talking about, wait till you get to my age, stuff like that. And that makes me really upset, because your feelings matter always, no matter what age you are, no matter what you're going through. If Parker loses his favorite doll, that matters to him. That's the most important thing in the world to him. If you get your heart broken and you're 14, that's a big deal. It should matter. So anyway, I will get off my soapbox, but like, no, I don't miss being a teenager, because being a teenager is really hard. And at times it's really miserable. So maybe some people love being a teenager, but it was hard for me. And I feel like you're living in a world where no one respects you or your feelings. And I mean, sure, that happens forever in your life. Like, people act that way to me now, but I'm an adult now and I know who I am and I'm confident in who I am. But when I was a teenager, I was trying to figure out who I was. It just beat me down and made me insecure and made me hate myself. So I'll get off my soapbox now, but I said that 3 times. Anyway. If you had a teenage daughter, what would you do to make that time better? Well, I don't know. I don't have kids, so I don't know how hard it is to be a mom yet. I don't. But if I had a teenage daughter or son, I would do everything that I could to make sure that she or he had their feelings heard, and I would let them know that their feelings matter and that they're valid. So even if they're crying because they have a pimple on their forehead, in that moment, that's the most important thing in the world to them, and their feelings are hurting and crushed and sad, and it's important to recognize that and validate those feelings and let them know that they're not insane for having feelings like that. They're normal and it's okay, and to feel those feelings, to cry when you need to cry, hurt when you need to hurt, talk to me about it. I'll always support you. I'll never make fun of your feelings. I trust that your feelings are your feelings and you have them for a reason, and then try to come up with a solution together to make things better and try to look on the bright side. That's kind of how I hope I'll be able to handle my kids. But one thing I never want to do is make my kids feel stupid for having feelings, or make them feel like their feelings don't matter. My parents didn't do that, by the way. I'm not talking because that's how my parents were. My parents were wonderful and lovely, but I feel like I see that a lot in just society in general. So anyway, what do you like about being an adult and what do you hate? I don't know. I like owning my own business, and I like doing what I love for, my living. I feel like as you get older, you get to learn more about yourself and the world, and your brain just gets a little bigger, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I'm super smart, but I love to learn now, where I don't think I loved to learn as much when I was younger. I don't think I liked to learn really at all. So now I love to learn, and I love to grow and change. And what do I not like? I don't like how people say you're an adult to act like one. I don't think I'm immature. I think I'm actually very mature. But I like wearing bright clothes, and I like being silly on the internet. And as Miranda, I'll take baths in weird things and do silly things. And I'm very youthful, like in my personality, and people say that makes me immature, but I don't think it does, and that bothers me, that since I'm an adult, I'm supposed to be boring, and that's kind of annoying to me. Like, why can't I be youthful and full of energy and have fun and be an adult? Like, feels like a lot of people think those two things don't go together, but whatever. What will you name your kids? I don't know. We'll see whenever I have kids. We'll see what my man's has in mind, and we'll see what I have in mind, and we'll decide. I don't know. That's not true. Danny said, I hate about being an adult, you have to only have one job. That's not true. I have many jobs. You can do whatever you want. It's hard. It's hard to do what you want. It's not easy. It's really, really hard, but it's worth it. So I like to perform, but I like making YouTube videos. I like traveling. I like doing that. I like writing, and I find a way to make it all happen. I don't really sleep, but I do get to do all the things that I want to do. So it is possible. It's just really hard work to do more than one job. Okay, I'll answer one more, and then I'm going to go because it's almost midnight, and this is a boring live stream. Ooh, suggestions for going through heartbreak. Girl. Feel the feelings. Be sad, cry. Find people who will let you talk about it. It's really good to talk about it. So find people who are willing to listen, because I found in my past with heartbreaks, I felt like I was always annoying people when I would talk about it, so I try not to talk about it, but it was really necessary for me to discuss it and talk about my feelings. But cry, girl, get out the tears. It's so important to feel the feelings you have. But fill your day with activities when you feel up to it, because the more you can distract yourself from the feelings, the more you can focus on other things, the more you won't be dwelling on the sadness, and it'll help you to get out of that sad pit of despair faster. So even if it's silly little things like going mini golfing or bowling or planning a dinner with a friend or doing a craft, just activities that will, get your mind focused on anything else. I found even doing puzzles was really helpful. Cooking, just any activities are good. Try your hardest to not be, when you're going through a heartbreak, it's important to remember that there are two people in the heartbreak. So no matter what the situation was, that person that you're not with anymore is going through emotions and feelings too. So your feelings aren't the only ones that matter. So just remember that and try to be respectful and kind about that. And you'll be okay. That's fine. Just know you're going to be okay. This heartbreak one day will not hurt anymore. And you'll find someone who loves you and takes care of you and respects you and admires you so much more than you ever thought could happen. And you're going to be okay. I've been through heartbreaks before, and I'm not kidding, where I was so down that I thought I'm going to be single for the rest of my life because no one will ever want me. No one will ever love me. And I genuinely thought that in the bottom of my core. I believed that was true. So I understand the feeling of heartbreak and just how devastating and sad it can be, but I promise you're going to be okay. Promise, promise, promise. You'll be all right. Just fill your days with fun things, friends, family, and activities. You'd be surprised how much planning a day to a park, riding a bike, painting a mug at a crafts, a craft place where they let you paint ceramics, little things like that can really help make your day so much brighter and get your mind off of it. It's better than sitting in your house and just crying all day long and being sad and stalking your ex and whatever. So anyway, I don't know why I'm being so why do I think I'm a therapist or something tonight? What am I talking about? I need to go to bed. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me, and